We're going live. Here we are. Here's Oliver Dykstra.
Yeah. Oliver Dykstra, we're live.
Shout!
We're live across from Harriet Island. You're getting by the cops. Right now, the cops have us cordoned in against the river, and we are all under arrest. As far as that's what they said. We are all under arrest. I don't know what to say beyond that. There was at least a dozen people tear gassed, including myself. There were numerous concussion grenades thrown, and also rubber bullets fired. There's at least...
Oh, Jesus Christ! Jesus fucking Christ, they are aiming that gun again! It looks like we are being told to sit on the ground and put our hands behind our heads. I'm backing up further. If they fucking lob that thing, yeah, we're moving towards the river so that we can sit down with our hands up. Yeah. All right, we are here. Yeah, I've got one hand on my head.
We are being arrested.
I have one hand on my camera, one hand on my head, one hand on the phone. You can see these gentlemen being arrested here. Very much, obviously, very cooperative. They're chanting, "The whole world is watching." Oh my gosh, there's the street medics on the ground with their hands on their heads. Got these guys chanting. I wonder what happened to the NPR, the Minnesota Public Radio. Minnesota Public Radio. Oh my god, that guy has tear gas. Okay. Yeah, the whole world is watching, indeed. Keep watching for us, folks, until my battery runs dry, or, you know, I get the cuffs, which... I think I might get the cuffs before the battery gets undone. I have to tell you, sitting with one hand on top of my head is alarmingly uncomfortable. Wow, I'd be a serious wuss in a stressed position. I know some people got out. I know there were more people here, but you can see there's a lot more people down there by the river. Everyone's kind of backed up on the river. They have, in fact, metaphorically driven this group to the sea. Nope.
You are now under arrest. Please cooperate, sit down, and place your hands on top of your head.
Okay. So he said, ladies and gentlemen, which is actually hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now arrested.
We should make a point of saying we know for a fact that not everyone here was involved in the march.
Absolutely. That's something I've been reiterating repeatedly.
On the other side.
Yes.
Before they closed it off. So they know that we're not all involved as well.
Yes. They are aware of that. They let people in afterwards. So, and we do have this group across the river watching. There's a large crowd. You can't really see, but there's a lot of spectators on top of that bridge. So, yeah, the folks on top of that bridge, this is a very well-witnessed mass arrest here. And I would say at least 100.
Hemisphere already gave us a shout-out across the way. And I have a feeling there's definitely a crowd over there watching this whole thing.
Oh yeah, this is being well observed. I think actually the music over there might have somewhat different lyrics than it did before. Yeah, so here we are. Oh, and a crowd estimate. That's what we were talking, crowd estimate. I'm going to say there's at least 100 people here. I'm ballparking it at about 100. So you guys are seeing it as I see it. I'm going to switch the hand that's behind my head. Can hear that chopper overhead. There it comes. Okay, now somebody's got a bullhorn. Sorry about the shake there, folks. That's actually really damn thirsty and asthmatic. All right, I've only got 20% of my battery remaining. 20% battery power. So know that you know, we're all good. There's a lot of people here. People are watching besides us. So
there are people outside of this area watching as well.
There are people outside of this watching, and there are people organizationally watching out for us. So if my battery suddenly goes dead, whoop, or I put my hands over it, put my hands over the lens, It's nothing to be alarmed about. This is the officers here are closing in, but nobody is aiming any more tear gas weapons or incendiary weapons. Nobody is looking particularly threatening. So I think as long as everyone sits with their arms over their heads.
Please be seated. Place your hands on top of your head and cooperate.
See over there, they're filming a guy emptying his pockets.
Filming a guy emptying his pockets before. Oh, I hope they don't ask me to do that. God knows. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got like 10 pockets.
Take a while.
It could take a while. There's mostly nothing in them. I mean, but then I've got bags.
We took very large precautions not to have anything that's bad news.
I have camera equipment,
I do have that.
and I'm very interested in this gentleman here who appear to have 2 journalists, possibly network journalists. That gentleman is obviously being excluded from the mass arrests, and a gentleman there who has been given a complimentary free sample tear gas thing, it looks like. So he is with the press, it looks like.
Please be seated. Place your hands on top of your head and cooperate with the officers.
Glad to.
I am glad that we are live because I have a feeling that my video will not make it out of this.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's a distinct possibility. I'm actually going to sign off for just a minute, and well, I'm going to leave it live. I'm going to ask Oliver to take a hold of this camera for me for now, for just a sec, and let him do that. Oh my gosh, these people are getting threatened with spray. I'm not sure what the activity... Oh, this was the cameraman.
Is press allowed to leave?
You're under arrest.
Officer Young!
Please be seated.
Officer Young!
Hands on top of your head
Sergeant!
and cooperate with officers.
They are letting press out, it looks like.
Yes, I can't remember his... Sergeant Robinson, it looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are invited. This is a crime scene. Any members of the press, please leave the area with your credentials viewable.
Okay, it looks like members of the press have been told to leave the area with our credentials
All members of the press,
visible.
please leave the area with your credentials visible.
So my credentials are visible? Thanks, sir. Alright, we've been told to keep going and keep our credentials visible. So we've got our credentials visible. Credentials visible, sir. I'm the member of the press. Thank you. Wow, I don't think I've ever had my arm grabbed quite that hard. We were just allowed out as members of the media. There's a gigantic spider crawling on my hand. Phew, spider. Wow. And that was our final warning. Keep shooting.
I don't know if I feel like sticking around too much. I wish I could
Walk him that way?
I can assure you that
Not everybody here was part of the
from both
program.
sides.
You can see this group surrounded. You can see the officers getting their canisters out. And again, the more and more arrests are happening. And I have to tell you, these horses are enormous. They're unexpectedly enormous. Like, these guys must be Clydesdales. Some big horses. So you can see that the sheriff's office, that a lot of these guys are with the sheriff's office. And you can see, again, they are moving, approaching, and moving on into another group, moving forward, driving people, again, metaphorically into the sea, to round them up. So, yeah, we can...
Put your fucking hands up. This is stick up.
Okay, yeah, they are definitely playing a tune regarding this on the river there. It looks like this large group has decided to try and leave. I'm not sure. Obviously, they know people are watching now. So, yeah. Looks like they're either being go west. So this group is being instructed to go west. West evidently being that way in this case. I don't know my way around this town. So this group is now going west with their hands up. There's some folks in there that I am highly skeptical were actually a part of this action. I'm going to come over along here so you can see. It looks like they are marching this group with their hands up. I don't know if they're... Those transport vehicles there, and most likely will then be detained in an unknown facility. Yeah, you can just maybe see, I can barely see vehicle. It's a SWAT vehicle with lights flashing, and they're all being taken away in that direction. I don't know if there's a bus waiting there for them or what, but yeah. That's what's going on. You can see they're making this cordon wider and wider. There's still just one group that they've sent off west into the unknown west. One group of people with their hands up. And I really don't know what's going to go on with the rest of the people in there. I guesstimate that was about maybe 15 that just got marched out west. There were quite a few more who left with the press, maybe 5 or 6. And, yeah, so there's still probably like 75 people inside that cordon who are under arrest. And here's the officers are moving in. And here's an officer on a horse. I have a feeling we're going to be told to move back again. There's still a crowd on the bridge. And again, the concert. Oh, here's possibly a vehicle to take people away in. I think that's a very likely scenario. People will be. Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. They are bringing people 5 at a time to these vehicles and filling them up. So. Looks like that's what's going to go on, and I'm sure that the UpTake is going to be working to find out where this detention is taking place, what is happening to these people after they get piled into these vans and loaded up and taken away, or get marched west, depending on the case. What's going on, Chris? Or Oliver?
My name is Oliver.
Whoa! I just lost my screen.
Hey,
I lost
Mike and Dad told us to go back.
Okay.
Currently, back at the UpTake, we have been let out. They let the press out. That includes Corinne and myself, of course. And they are tightening the circle around the people in there. They've ordered everyone to sit down, place their hands on their head. They have taken out maybe a dozen people, taking them over there. They have the straps on their hands. Doesn't look like they're being too rough. As Corinne mentioned, there's a van that looks like it's ready to take people to what we'll assume is the underground parking garage detention facility. Beyond that, I will happily leave this.
Yeah, I'm just about out of battery. I think it's about time for us to upload Chris's tape, and There's very little Oliver. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep doing that.
We look alike.
No, actually, you don't look that much alike. Definitely father and son. I think you guys might sound alike.
Let's go. They just
At
lined
any
up
rate,
again over here.
yeah, they are lining up, so I think it is a good idea for us to bounce. And, yeah. We will get that video uploaded and out for you as soon as we can. So, Corinne McDermott reporting for the UpTake in what's turned out to be a long and interesting afternoon. These gentlemen look like paramedics going in, so that's good for some of the folks who got tear gas. And I'm at 10% battery life. We are moving out and away from this cordon. Like I said, these are humongous horses. Again, this is Corinne McDermott for the UpTake. And I will say goodbye to you, or good day to you, from this much more exciting than anyone ever thought it would be afternoon. And we'll tell you more as soon as we know it.